That was a good win. I thought our defensive execution was outstanding. They've are a team that gets to the line quite a bit, and low 3-point team. So I think forced them into some shots maybe that they're not comfortable taking, and then kept them off the free throw line. I thought was really the key to the game, and was really happy with the defensive execution more than anything.
You're open for questions.
What's the status on Richie so far?
They just told me lacerated lip, and will continue to be evaluated.
So he's been his shoulder that.
I honestly didn't see it. I just saw him go down, so I got to look at the film and see what happened.
What were your impressions of Mawad stepping in and in place of Rich and what he provided?
That was inspiring. I just told the team that. I mean, it was, he's been dealt a tough hand so far. He's coming back off of an injury, and he just hasn't found his footing. I have not given him, much opportunity to find his footing. So he's had to grind through stuff as a guy who's played major minutes at major college basketball level and has had a great attitude. And it was just really inspiring what he did. His defense was tremendous. They were daring him to shoot shots. He I thought, took good shots and made them, but the defense was really good. That kid he was guarding out there is a good player. So it was really, I think our guys rallied around it, and it was a cool, I think, moment for our team.
How does your defense change when he's in the game?
I mean, his one-on-one defense, I think, speaks for itself. So he's a guy you can, put on certain guys. I'm learning more about the types of players he can guard. Obviously that's why we brought him here as a defensive specialist, and he had a good matchup tonight, and just his effort led the way. It was I think how it changes our defense. I think it makes our team play harder.
What adjustments did you make to change the tempo of the game, especially the last half of the first half? It seemed like you guys got a little stagnant offensively, but came out in the second half and reversed that a little bit.
Yeah, no, that last 4-minute stretch wasn't great for us offensively. Weird combinations, probably poor subbing on my part. Have to look at the film to see exactly what, but we couldn't find a rhythm. Execution was poor. And then I thought outside the first play of the second half, I thought we executed extremely well in the second half. I don't think the stats will show for it. I mean, we had, how many layups did we miss at the basket? Felt like a bunch after running some really good offense. So I thought the execution was just much better.
Trevin, since you got back in the starting lineup, has been on a little bit of a tear here. Are there players that need to be in the starting five versus guys who can come off the bench? Does that make sense?
It makes sense, yeah. I don't subscribe to that notion necessarily. I think he's going to make a shot, whether he starts, comes off the bench, or is at the playground. I think he's going to make shots. So I have all the confidence, whatever role he's in. I mean, he's a guy that doesn't complain a lot. He just does what we ask. Obviously, it's good to see him when he's in a rhythm. I would not necessarily tie that to starting versus not starting.
Coach, about a third of the way through the season, what stands out about this group? What do you think they're capable of?
I think, to be determined. We got to continue to, compete, against, some of the power conference teams to really continue to learn about ourselves. But, I think our defensive identity, particularly in the last two games, is really starting to come together. Offensively, I think we're playing the way I'd like us to play for the most part. And so, I don't know, we got to keep learning about ourselves, and we're one game away from Big 12 play, so we got to do it in short order. But so far, I think we're getting closer.
You'll essentially have one game in about 2 weeks leading up to Big 12 play. Is there any concern about Russ maybe setting in or anything like that?
I mean, I think that when we have like 2 days off.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just so different, right, for me. But I think it'll be a good chance for us to. There's still a couple of things we want to get in the arsenal before we play, so the practice time will actually be good for us. First time I've had a Christmas break in like 18 years, so it'll be kind of nice. And then we'll get back in the gym and give guys time to heal who are banged up, which I think will be really important.
With Igor out, how important are these minutes for Elijah to get in the stretch?
I think they're important for not just him, but Dallin too. Just having the ball in his hands a little bit more, and Dawson's featured a little bit more in some pick and roll. So I think there's a trickle down effect. I thought Eli's attitude has been really good of late, where he's just come in and just hasn't had agenda. He's just played really hard. He's played team basketball. He's run the club. I thought his defense tonight coming in was gave us a boost. So I think it's really important for him and others as well.
Kevin, you guys lead the country in defensive rebounding. How much of that is attributed to just the fact that Kev is quite a rebounder?
Definitely, him and Foose get a lot of credit for that, no question. But that's probably the thing that we've talked about the most on a daily basis since I got the job. Some deep scar tissue for me from my past life of not being a great rebounding team and when it matters most. And we're a little undersized, height-wise, but we try to make up for that with technique and grit out of our bigs. But then our guards getting in there and helping as well. So it's something that we've tried to put a lot of emphasis in, and we're going to need that as the opponents get bigger, stronger, more athletic.
Did you enjoy being back in an NBA building tonight and having a game in this setting again?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was just happy to be here for our players. I think it's a cool opportunity for them, cool experience. Still feel like a home game, though, with all the fans. That was cool for me. I was not sure how that was going to, kind of pan out being up here. But, yeah, it was cool. It was cool being here last night, too, at the game with our players. So it's been a good couple of days for us.
Anything else for Coach?